Today on Wheels America, we travel to one of America's largest car shows. We fly to an island that has no cars, but plenty of horsepower. And of course, lots of wheels. And we'll take a look at more of the greatest cars ever made on Wheels America.
We're here with Larry Smith at the Smith Collection. Larry, tell us a little bit about your collection here.
Well, we have about 50 cars, and there is a common theme to my collection, basically, because I get asked that a lot, what's the theme? And my theme is what I like. I collect what I like.
So you've got a 1936 Scarab as part of your collection. That's a pretty rare car. Can you tell us about that?
I can. It was designed and built by a fellow named William Stout, who was an aircraft designer, who actually, this was, the car, the Stout Scarab was his first attempt at building a car, and he used a lot of principles of aircraft design with aerodynamics, and his motto was to add lightness. He used a lot of aluminum and magnesium, and obviously he learned all that from building airplanes. But it was built in 1936, and in 1936 pretty much all cars had big fenders, big fat fenders and running boards and things like that. The body is the complete envelope of the car. It's very sleek. If you look down the side, it's very flat. Plus the engine is in the rear. It has a Ford flathead V8 mounted in the rear, which was really, it's not the first car that had a rear-mounted engine, but it was very, very unusual in that day. My car is one of 5 that is known to exist. There's really no records as to how many. There's some people think there might have been 7 or 8, but it's such an unusual car that I doubt any are hidden in some barn someplace.
Rebecca, Joe, I see you guys have a beautiful 2015 Mustang GT here. Looks like you've done quite a bit under the hood.
Yeah, it's a 2015 Mustang GT Premium. I have done the Holley Sniper intake manifold, the JLT cold air intake, and I have a full exhaust system, long tube headers, and a Gibson CACback, and also a little Optima battery. The aesthetics on the outside are pretty much stock, but I like horsepower, so I want everything under the hood.
What kind of horsepower does that get you?
It's about 510 crank, 433 to the wheels.
0 to 60 in?
Probably under 4 seconds.
Joe, what do you enjoy about coming to car shows?
I enjoy meeting new people and seeing other cars, seeing their builds, and getting to showcase my car. So it's definitely a good community, and I like being a part of it.
Is the Mustang your favorite car?
It was my childhood favorite car. This is my number 14.
Would you ever see yourself owning another car besides a Mustang?
Before this car, I had a 2004 Z06 Corvette, so I went to the dark side, but I came back.
Rebecca, is this your first show?
No, I've been to plenty of car shows, specifically the Barrett-Jackson being my favorite.
So what do you like about coming to this show specifically?
This show is nice because it's still within the community. Everybody's kind of got a little something going on in their own car, so it's nice to see kind of everybody's individuality within their own vehicle. So it's kind of nice to see how they soup it up themselves.
So does Joe ever let you drive his car?
Not yet, but maybe soon, right?
Yeah?
What do you say, Joe?
Yeah, she can drive whenever she wants.
I'm Ben, and I want to tell you about my car. It's a 2013 Chevy Camaro SS, and this car is dedicated to the 4th Stryker Brigade Combat Team, 2nd Infantry Division. In 2007, I was deployed to Iraq. During that time, I was injured in combat, and I was exposed to 7 IEDs, and that happened in a Stryker vehicle, and that's what this car is dedicated to, was the Stryker that I was injured in. We took on the concept of trying to build the car to look like the Stryker vehicle, equip it with the weapons that were on the vehicle. We wanted to also dedicate the vehicle to the 57 soldiers that were lost during that time. The vehicle has patches that were on my uniform during that time. They're on the interior of the car. The back of the vehicle has a special windshield decal that's a tribute to all the branches of the military, just to give that little special love to all the branches out there. But yeah, it's definitely a love and honor for me, and a special tribute that I'd like to give give forth to my old unit. I'm Ben, and that's the story of my car.
Henry Ford pioneered mass production of automobiles, but his heart was in building race cars. He felt the fast car would attract investors to his fledgling company. Ford entered a special 5-mile Challenge Cup race against top competition and won. What was the name of Henry Ford's first race car? Was it the 76er, the Detroiter, the 999, or the Ford Spirit? We'll have the answer when Wheels America returns.
These are some beautiful cars. Hi, I'm Jim Grundy. We love classic cars as much as you do. That's why we tailor your policy for the way you drive. A Grundy policy covers you for 100% of the agreed value, unlimited mileage, 0 deductible, and no depreciation. Call us now or visit us at Grundy.com and we'll quickly show you how much you can save. At Grundy, we get it. Call us today.
You're watching Wheels America.
Coming up on Wheels America, we travel to an island with plenty of horsepower, lots of wheels, but no cars. And we'll make a pit stop for some world-class fudge when Wheels America returns.
Grundy Insurance is a family-owned business. Frequently, you'll find me with my brother and dad working on one of our cars. We understand the importance of protecting what you love. Hi, I'm Josh Grundy. My family has been insuring collector cars since 1947. We invented agreed value coverage. Get the best coverage for the least amount of money. Agreed value, unlimited mileage, at a rate you won't believe. At Grundy, we get it. Call us now or visit us online at Grundy.com.
Okay, now let's get the answer to our Carfax quiz. What did Henry Ford name his custom race car? If you said the 999, you're right. Ford named his race car after a famed steam locomotive called the 999. It pulled the Empire State Express, a train that ran from New York City to Buffalo with a top speed of 82 miles per hour. On October 25, 1902, Barney Oldfield set a world's record, driving Ford's 999 at a blazing 60 miles per hour. His speed coined the phrase, "a mile a minute." And that's a Wheels America car fact.
We're here talking with Quincy Ranville, Executive Director of the St. Ignace Visitors Bureau. How many cars do we have in the show this year, Quincy?
This year we have just over 650. In past years we've had upwards of 700 to 800, but the weather was a little touch and go this year, but it's still a really good turnout, so we're happy with it.
Can you tell us a little more about the impact the show has on the local economy and the community?
Yeah, so the show brings a ton of people to town, as you can see. We estimate about 100,000 people come to between spectators and people with their cars in the show. And we have the economic impact, our local banks estimated at $2 to $2.5 million for this one weekend. So it's pretty vital to our town, and super amazing that all these people keep coming every year. It's great.
Quincy, tell us what it is that you think is so special about this show that seems to attract so many people from so many different places.
I think there's a lot of different factors. I think the location is important because it's so beautiful here, as you can see. And I think part of it also is our founder, Ed Ravey. He started the show in 1975, and he has so many car friends and connections, and he probably knows more than half the cars that are here. So it's almost like a family reunion every year. So it's pretty cool to be a part of it.
Great. Well, you've done an awesome job organizing it this year. So thanks for taking the time to chat with us. St. Ignace is packed with horsepower, but just 3 minutes away, there's an island that has no cars and far more horsepower. We wanted to check it out, so we loaded our gear, and the Wheels America crew took the short flight to Mackinac Island. Main Street on Mackinac Island, where getting around is pretty much horsepower, pedal power, or good old-fashioned foot power. Everything moves on wheels, powered by horses. Everything. Mackinac Island is world famous for its fudge. It's made fresh here every hour and sent around the world. Butter, eggs, sugar, and cream are boiled in a copper kettle, then poured into a mold. When the fudge cools, it's shaped and then cut into quarter-pound slices. There are more than 30 different flavors. And it's amazing. Let's head back to the car show. You're watching Wheels America. So we're back here at the St. Ignace Car Show talking with Jack Walker. Jack, tell us a little bit about your vehicle here.
It's a 1959 Chevrolet. I repolished the paint and I put a different engine in it. It's got a 348 3-deuce solid lifter car. It's 335, 340 horsepower. And I lowered the car down 3 inches and put sway bars on it, and that's about it. And then I drive it everywhere.
And how about the interior?
It's stock, the red interior that came in it originally.
Jack, why do you think it is that shows like this and other car shows attract such a broad audience?
Well, I think that everybody is interested in the automobile, whether it's young, old, or in between. Everybody loves cars, whether it's this new type now or this old stuff that we drove. Any type car, it draws people, and people love cars, and I think that's the whole thing of it.
Driving collector cars is a thrilling experience. Hi, I'm Jim Grundy. We have a passion for collector cars just like you do, so protect your cherished investment the right way. At Grundy, you get agreed value coverage, 0 deductible, and unlimited mileage. Call us now or visit us at Grundy.com and we'll show you how much you can save. At Grundy, we get it. Call us today.
Coming up on Wheels America, we'll take a look at a real gasser, and we'll visit one of the largest auto plants ever built when Wheels America returns.
James, I see you have a beautiful 1966 Chevelle here. What can you tell me about this car?
Do you have 16 days and 47 nights? I'll tell you about this car.
What can you tell me in 60 seconds or less?
Okay, it's a fast car and it's really cool and it's called a gasser.
Why is it called a gasser?
Well, back in the day, the rubber compounds were real bad, so the fellas decided to jack up the front end of the car so they got better weight transfer for traction when they went racing. And this particular car is a tribute built to Ed Roth, and he made the Ratfink, and most everybody knows about the Ratfink, but they don't know that he had a band, and the name of his band was Mr. Gasser and the Weirdos. And believe it or not, they cut 2 records.
James, what can you tell me about what's under the hood on this Chevelle?
Well, it's a very simple motor in regards to back to the day that they run superchargers to increase horsepower. This car here is a 327 cubic inch. It has 3 2 barrels, and some of the internal parts are for racing. It's a very small motor. It's only producing about 500 horsepower.
Besides you, can you tell me one thing that's very special about this car?
Oh, I'm glad you said that too. Thank you very much. The thing about specialties is like anything else for a sport. Its beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And if you really know about early drag racing, gassers certainly are on the top page to inform and to instruct. And this particular car is really a hoot in regards to explaining to people what a gasser is.
So you would say this is kind of a rare vehicle?
I would, because there's really not that many gassers, and I think because of maybe a lot of people don't understand it, but again, people that have them, they do understand them, and they're just really a hoot to drive.
The Packard plant opened here in Detroit, Michigan in 1903 as the most modern automobile plant in the world. The original facility was 3.5 million square feet and later was expanded to 5 million square feet. The plant had a signature walkway that crossed over Grand Boulevard, connecting administrative offices with production facilities. More than 40,000 workers were employed at this plant, building some of the most luxurious cars in the world. From the Grey Wolf to the Packard Caribbean, Packard was known for outstanding luxury cars, in the same class as Duesenberg and Cadillac. The last Packard built here was produced on June 25, 1956. For the next 2 years, Packards would be built in South Bend, Indiana by Studebaker. Packards were elegant and stately. They transported presidents, diplomats, and even gangsters too. Owning a Packard was a sign of wealth and success. As for this factory, the plant that opened in 1903 as the most modern automobile plant in the world closed in 1956 as the largest abandoned factory in the world.
We've got a beautiful 1962 Chevy Corvair here. Minor, what can you tell me about this amazing vehicle?
It's one of about 17,000 made from 61 to 64. It was produced in St. Louis, Missouri, and I did buy this in 2013 as a birthday gift to myself. Took about a year and a half to put it into this condition as you see it right now.
Now, you said this vehicle is a ramp side. I see the ramp here. Can you tell me a little bit about this design and what that would have been used for?
When this truck was originally built, it was used by many of the utility companies. It made it easy to load up heavy spools of wire, heavy equipment, because the ramp actually would go down and sit on the ground. This one's not on the ground, but you could roll stuff right up into it. It has almost a 2,000 pound capacity for payload in the bed here, which is, say, a ton you could put into this little thing.
Let's talk about the engine in the rear. What do we have here, Minor?
What we have in this one is a flat six. It's 110 horse. This one actually is not the original engine. I'm assuming the original engine probably blew up or was just wore out. This happens to be a crate engine, but it is the truck engine. It's the correct engine for this vehicle. It will push this thing down the road about 70 miles an hour. I have gotten as high as 28 miles a gallon with that, and I want to see some modern cars do that. So she's a pretty economical old car.
Car guys love a fast car. I'm Sam Grundy. At Grundy Insurance, we'll get your quote done super fast. It's quick, easy, and it'll save you money. With Grundy, you get agreed value, zero deductible, unlimited mileage, and no depreciation. Call us now or visit us at Grundy.com. You'll be amazed at how fast we can get you rolling. Call us today. At Grundy, we get it.
You're watching Wheels America.
These are some beautiful cars. Hi, I'm Jim Grundy. We love classic cars as much as you do. That's why we tailor your policy for the way you drive. A Grundy policy covers you for 100% of the agreed value, unlimited mileage, zero deductible, and no depreciation. Call us now or visit us at Grundy.com and we'll quickly show you how much you can save. At Grundy, we get it. Call us today.
Here we go.
You're watching Wheels America.
But I cut her off, so do it again.
Hello, I'm Joe, and I'd like to tell you about my truck. About 3 years ago, I found this beautiful GMC. However, it wasn't quite so beautiful. It actually started out as a rat rod. The exterior was pretty rough in primer and sanded down sections, and didn't really care for the look. So when I had it apart, I decided, okay, first I'm going to start thinking about what kind of theme I wanted, and the color was a really hard choice for me. It took me probably about 2 months of different colors. So I was putting my Christmas ornaments out and came upon a Christmas ornament that's painted kind of a flat copper. And I got really excited about it. I was like, wow, this is the color. So I handed that to my painter. So he took that color, ran with it, went to Sherwin-Williams, and it just turned out fabulous. Once I had the copper color, I said, okay, I want to do, kind of a tone-on-tone thing. So I found a really cool kind of subtle bronze that I painted the wheels with, painted the lower dash with, and the bumper, to me, that was the thing that sold me on this truck. It's just so much chrome. It's like chrome in your face. So the rest of the truck, it's pretty simple. It's kind of the Chevy body, but the GMC, they really outdid themselves with the bumper. And there's a lot of chrome there, and put a few dollars into that, but it was well worth it. The last kind of topping on the thing was a mahogany bed, And the standard bed usually is oak or, sometimes it's teak, but I just wanted to go crazy with it, so I custom designed my own bed. They're wider planks. I kept the original separators for the wood, but then I actually designed a tilt to the bed so you can lift the bed and have access to the fuel cell, to the battery, to the compressors. Everything's under the beds. I'm Joe, and that's the story of my truck.
Hi James, can you tell us a little bit about your car here? It's a beauty.
Oh, certainly. It's the color is a candy apple red. It's a 210, that's the model, 210 55 Chevrolet. The engine is a 355 cubic inch motor. And this is somewhat of a race car because it's been modified. As you can see, there's a roll cage in it. It has real large tires in the back. And it's what they call a hopped up hot rod. And it's very streetable. The paint definitely, I said, is special. And then like on the side, you'll see we have some special graphics which sort of make the car stand out from other cars. I've had the car now probably 15 years, and my wife loves it, and she enjoys it. And it's very female friendly because girls like these hot rods.
We're here today at the Good Guys Southwest National, and I'm here with Ted and Kathy and their 1940 Chevy.
Now this is a 1940 Chevrolet Special Deluxe Cabriolet convertible. It's the color that it was born with at the Chevrolet factory. It's called Traverse Green. It's got all the original chrome that's available for the car, including some very rare items that are called wingtips.
Ted, what do you have under the hood?
It's a 355 cubic inch Chevrolet crate motor. It's got a Chevrolet warranty. This one has got Sanderson headers. It's hooked up to a 700R4 Chevrolet overdrive transmission, so it's a 4-speed automatic.
Kathy, you have your own 1950 Chevy pickup. What is it that attracts you to these cars?
Just to see what you can do with the old cars to bring them back so they're drivable, and having horses, these are a lot faster.
What do you think it is about these shows that draws such a wide audience?
It's the nostalgia. It's the nostalgia, and you think of what you were doing at the time or what you didn't have or did have at the time. It's hard to think that it's going to be carried on. Hopefully it will be, but it's all about the past and a song that you hear at the time that you had the car, or the girl that you were dating, or where you went to the drive-in and things like that. That's, if you ask these guys that have these cars, it's a lot about that, and it's the enjoyment of working on them and bringing something back.
Ted, can you fire that up for us?
Sure. You're watching Wheels America.
Grundy Insurance is a family-owned business. Frequently, you'll find me with my brother and dad working on one of our cars. We understand the importance of protecting what you love. Hi, I'm Josh Grundy. My family has been insuring collector cars since 1947. We invented agreed value coverage. Get the best coverage for the least amount of money. Agreed value, unlimited mileage, at a rate you won't believe. At Grundy, we get it. Call us now or visit us online at grundy.com.
You're watching Wheels America.
Paul, tell us a little bit about your car here.
Well, it's a 1948 Ford. We've had the car now for 9 years. We bought it as a project car, and it's still not done. It looks done, but it isn't.
Have you done all the work yourself?
I did most of the mechanical work and the body work. The flames on it were done by a young fellow named Patrick Kelly, who does a really great job, as you can see. Under the hood, we got a 383 Chevy small block stroker motor, they call it. It's got a 700 R4 overdrive transmission. As you can see, it's all lowered. It's riding on airbags, so we can raise it and lower it, as much as we want.
And how fast does it go?
It'll get up there and go. I've had it to 90, but I didn't want to go any further.
We're here with Glenn and Galen, where a car transaction has just taken place. Galen, I see you have a 56 Porsche here. Can you tell me about it?
Actually, it's a replica. It's built by Vintage Speedsters out of Hawaiian Gardens, California. It's a 4-cylinder engine. It's a 1600 cc. I ran an ad online and worked out a deal here with his son, actually, in Chicago. And we're just going into the details now on it.
So now you're the proud owner of this vehicle?
Yeah, well, my son is. But it just happened to be that I'm out in Arizona at the time when he saw it online and said, Dad, how close are you to Mesa? He said, I'd like to have you take a look at a car for me, see what it looks like in person.
Glenn just bought this car. Glenn, where do you live?
A suburb of Chicago, Illinois.
Do you want to drive it home?
I sure do.
Let's go. You're watching Wheels America.